morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising, everyone. I'm out here listening to the birds and the rain this morning. I'm coming to y'all with a weekly update of the events that's going on this week. You can hear the birds sing in the background. But there's a lot of things going on this week. Everything's going crazy, huh? Looks like things crashing, huh? Bank runs. Bank runs. We're hearing a lot about bank runs. We're hearing a lot about train derailment still. We're still hearing a lot of chaos going on. And what's funny was the train derailed in Alabama the other day, and the CEO of Norfolk Southern was being heard in the House, And what's crazy is while you're not actually suggesting what you're gonna do to make it better, you're saying what you've already done. Oftentimes we tend to do things to make things better beforehand, and then we see that it don't work, and then we keep trying shit, don't work. Trying shit, don't work. Anyway, Silicon Valley Bank fail is a big thing around the news networks. Well, I don't see the news covering it like I saw them covering Tucker Carlson, but I see them covering, peace and love across the board. I am Empress Ashley McCoy LB, coming to you with a breaking news story here at the near Texas-Louisiana border. Bank failures. Well, I'm pretty sure that many people have surfed around and looked at many different channels and seen that many banks are failing right now. Okay, what's not being talked about is how many ATMs are failing. How many SSI participants, recipients, beneficiaries did not receive their payments on their regular payday because why? ATMs are failing. Okay, so if $500 taken out of American State Bank ATM, which is not owned and operated by the state bank, is taken out from, let's say, a family member's SSI unemployment benefits, why? Okay, this is what it is. Rural areas, please check on your elders. Please protect our elders, okay? Right now, banks are failing. I don't have to say too much. We know that Silicon Valley failed. We know that Signature Bank failed. We know that Wells Fargo failed. We know that JP Morgan Chase has had some issues. We also know that there are many subsidiaries like children corporations that are operating with these banks and affiliated. So to those of you who don't know, this could go both ways. I mean, it could be a crash because of the so-called administration that's acting right now as officers of this so-called piece of land somewhere. I'm not going to get into it. I'm sorry, you guys. Please forgive me. Or is this a planned attack on the elders? How can an elder who is dependent upon SSI benefits, because this is what has been offered in these rural areas, where this area, it has three different names. It's one called Paxton, one called Joaquin, one called Haslam. I live in neither one of them. I'm not a resident of either of them. So therefore, we can't bank like that. But when you think about it, we're all being affected in some kind of way over these bank runs that they're not giving a lot of information about. They're just saying that, oh, well, you're insured. Well, who was the depositor? Who opened the account? And who told you to operate it? Who told you you were the custodian? Who told you that I was in my own financial institution and I can handle my own affairs? So therefore, what is going on right now, I need you guys just go out in your neighborhoods. Look for your elders. We know that in 2020, when SHTF hit the fan about the so-called flu bird, whatever, 1919 reaction, the same thing happened. But the bank, this was the 3rd of this month, and the bank still has not refunded the money and said that she basically has to call someone that owns the ATM. Bull crap. Hey, I understand y'all changing names. And so basically what is happening is they're doing a lot of bank runs, and a lot of people here don't really pay attention. I know you guys are at work, you're so busy, and I'm sorry to hear that, but right now it's time to pay attention to the banks and pay attention to your elders. If you have an elder that went to an ATM machine on Friday of last week and they got their money for their Social Security disability payment, and they did not receive their money out of the ATM, I think that you should check the ATM and make sure that the banks gave them their money back, because they didn't give it to them here. And with this being a small area, they don't think that no one would report on these such things. But no, we have to keep the public aware of what's going on in a public servant perspective. You know what I mean? Not as you know, you have to protect and serve if that's what you're here to do. If you're here to serve the people, that's what you're supposed to be doing. So if an ATM has a ATM machine located at a bank that does not own the ATM machine, when did the bank not be required to just refund the money? There's cameras there. What is the malfunction? Why is no one talking about it? So I'm bringing this news to you live from near Joaquin, Texas, and Logansport, Louisiana. And due to the massive bank runs and the lack of knowledge of the people here, I would like to put it on the table that make sure you're getting your money if you have it in banks, or make sure you're doing something. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a concerned empress. I have tribes here. Okay? So peace and love across the board. This is breaking news. More than just those banks are falling. So pay attention, you guys. If you are tied into these banks in this system, get out. I don't give legal advice as well. I am lawful. I am a lawful being, so I give law. I'm not citing any sources because it's common sense what I'm saying. And also, I will be back because I am right now just peeping things out, seeing how things are going. But this is imminent. This is crashing. The United States banks are crashing. And it's more than what they're saying. If the ATMs aren't going to be held liable for any kind of funds, then I think we have an extra problem. I am Empress Ashley McCoy L. Bay, a Lodial title. I'm a more American creator. Peace and love across the board. I'll get back with y'all soon.